And joining me this evening to debate whether the UPA could not have known about the intentions of Vijay Mallya, 4 mansions in London, 5 secret bank accounts and 3 front companies in Cayman Islands. Was the UPA completely unaware when there was the finance minister, Vaila Ravi, the then civil aviation minister and the then prime minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, and his principal secretary, TK Nair, who were all bending over backwards to help Vijay Mallya? Joining me tonight, Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, Alimuddin Khan, political analyst, Kumar Ketkar, political analyst, Ghansham Tiwari, leader of the Samajwadi Party, Neetu Shukla, former Kingfisher employee, Jitendra Bhargav, former executive director of Air India, and Dr. Sunil Kumar Singh of the JDU will be joining us in just a bit from now. But my first question goes across to Jitendra Bhargav. So Jitendra Bhargav, this is a 21-page case file that Times Now has accessed, and this case file shows that there are even more properties and assets that Vijay Mallya has to his names. There are 4 mansions in London, in Scotland, and the fact that there are 5 secret bank accounts that he holds and 3 front companies. Could those who were helping him in the union government at that point in time, the UPA government, and those banks who were doing the due diligence, did nobody get a sense of where this money was headed and whether it was being routed out of the country? Even RBI guidelines being flouted, just no sense was getting across to the government at that point in time, Mr. Jitendra Bhargav. Is that easy to believe?
Navika, first we must congratulate the investigating agencies for having done a splendid job and putting at rest all the doubting Thomases who were saying the government is not sincere, Vijay Mallya will never be brought back. That's first part. Now, you have accessed these documents and you're saying he's acquired property. Let's go a little further. What did he do in October 2007? That was around the time when airline was there. He was taking loans from the banks. He acquired the Sahara Force Formula 1 team at an astronomical price. Then he acquired the IPL team. So it was not just acquiring mansions in various parts of the world. He was squandering money, splurging money. Now that is where the government could not have been oblivious to what it was happening. He was going back to the banks again, time and again, and without having paid the previous loans, getting more loans. There were oil companies being pressurized by the government to keep giving him credit. There were government, as you very rightly said, right from the Prime Minister's office down to the Civil Aviation Minister, everybody was wanting to help. The question is, are we still going to deny? I've been hearing debates on channels, and it's so unfortunate that our politicians are still trying to trivialize the whole issue. What are they saying? This political party assisted him in becoming a member of parliament, as if that has anything to do with the loot of the banks. Then they say that somebody allowed him to flee the country. The question is, who was giving him money and more money and more money and allowing him to
That's the whole point. And Alimuddin Khan, let me get you on that one. That is the real question.
Navika, one just point.
Yes.
Let us not allow this debate and of such a serious nature, which will set the benchmarks, etc., for future investigations, because it demonstrates that even if you are a well-connected, wealthy person, the law will catch up. That's a big message that's going on. So let us now not allow the debates to be turned into farce by political tutu meme, which is an unfortunate part. Because what has unfortunately happened since November 2011...
the political tutu meme is an essential part. My question is, Jitendra Bhargav, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from and the point you're trying to make. But my question is, when netas like Rahul Gandhi and Alimuddin Khan, when Vijay Mallya left the country, Rahul Gandhi said, how someone who stole rupees 9,000 crore from the country ran away? How did you allow him to escape? ये तो बताइए, राहुल गांधी की गवर्नमेंट थी, सारे 9,000 करोड़ तो उनकी गवर्नमेंट में मिले थे. Why did the UPA force banks to give money without due diligence? Why did it keep agencies in check? The same agencies that are now finding out all these secret accounts, couldn't they have found out all these secret luxury assets that Vijay Mallya had when the UPA was in power? And you have an audacity of raising points about this government not being committed. What about your own track record?
Navika, two points. There was clear lack of sincerity in the previous government.
Same question is here.
The second,
allow Mr. Alimuddin Khan
to speak. Mr. Bhargava, let me speak, please.
Okay, please go ahead.
You see, dear sir, leaders are supposed to discuss the solutions, not the problems. Here you are discussing problem, rather solution.
Yeah.
The solution is that whether BJP government can bring him back to the country, which they are saying, but that is not possible because well before 2010, when he was elected by the support of the BJP as a Rajya Sabha MP, he was also a working president of Subramanian Swamy's party, which was merged in 2013 in the BJP. So this shows that he was very close to the BJP, and that close proximity is only facilitated his escape from the country. Now, before you pursue his extradition, his arrest was
If he was so close to the BJP, if he was so close to the BJP, Mr. Alimuddin Khan, why was the UPA government giving him crores and crores and crores of rupees? Why were 2,600 crore rupee given only on the brand name Kingfisher Airlines? Who was giving this money? You are talking about the BJP being close, but you were financing him. 9,000 crore worth of bank loans were taken by him in the UPA regime, and you are blaming the BJP? 9,000 crore लोगों के आपने लुटा दिए.
Navika ji, loan were given to Adani, loan were given to Ruiyas, loan were given to Tata, loan were given to Jet Airways, Goels, loan were given to so many companies. Giving loan is not a fault. The fault is the company was in the red when the loans were being given. The company was in the red when the loans were being given. Sambit Patra, that's the whole question. The company was in the red. It was not being able to pay. It had a loss of 400 crore on its balance sheet, and still loans were being given. 1,500 crore, 1,600 crore, 900 crore from IDBI. Every kind of effort was being made, and there are letters. There are letters to the then Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister T.K. Nair, which clearly show that Vijay Mallya was thanking him for all the help that he gave, for making the calls to the Finance Ministry, for making the calls to the banks, for making the calls to the Civil Aviation Ministry. All of those are documented and broken here on Times Now. Navika ji, Kingfisher employees were on hunger strike. People are crying. People are willing to opt for the suicide.
Adani bhage to nahi hai. Adani has not run away. Adani has not run away. Naresh Goyal has not run away. Vijay Mallya has run away.
Tomorrow these people will run away. Who will be responsible?
अरे आप जो भाग गए उसकी बात करिए.
That's what Navika ji I am saying. Leaders
can I ask Mr. Vijay Mallya, spokesperson, to allow me to speak?
In 2008, 2009, when the loans were being doled out to them, Kingfisher employees were not on strike. It only happened in November 2011 that the agitation started and the flights were starting being curtailed. Now, please let us not lay the foundation of this whole investigation.
Point
on
taken,
lies
Mr. Jitendra Bhargav.
Vijay Mallya, as if nothing has happened in the last 5 years.
Point taken, Mr. Jitendra Bhargav. But Sambit Patra wanted to come in. Yes, Dr. Sambit Patra.
See, there's no point for a tutu meme in this debate, and as Mr. Bhargav has rightly pointed out in the very beginning, that we should have a fruitful debate over here. People should be able to understand what's the lesson out of the debate. And Alimuddin ji, when you say there is no point discussing the problem, I disagree, because once we know what the problem was, who were the corrupt politicians, then we would see to it that these corrupt politicians should not find their way back in Indian polity, so that they do not loot the people of India once again. Now, having said that, coming to the crux of the issue, Navika, if you or me or even Mr. Alimuddin Khan is to go for a loan, what would be the first prerequisite of a bank? The first prerequisite of a bank would be, where is the collateral? Give me a collateral, then we will give you a loan. But in case of Vijay Mallya, no collateral was asked. Yes, exactly. Despite the fact that he had crores of rupees.
Collateral was
Alimuddin ji, allow me to.
The collaterals are there. They are not linked to the bank. The collateral is sitting in the United Kingdom.
The assessment of the collateral by the assessing of.
Let me tell you what India's case was. Let me tell you what India's case was.
Mr. Mallya, will you be quiet for a while? Mr. Mallya.
1 minute, Mr. Sambit Patra.
Well,
Dr. Sambit Patra, let me just
Mr. Mallya to be quiet for a while.
The point number G in the mutual assistance treaty that we have signed with the UK, with which these documents have been made available to the UK courts, says there was a conspiracy amongst Kingfisher Airlines, Mr. Vijay Mallya and others, and misrepresentations on their part with a dishonest intention to cheat the banks by way of causing wrongful gain for themselves and to cause wrongful loss to the tune of 6,027 crore rupees to the lender of banks in the matter. There was a conspiracy amongst Vijay Mallya and others. Dr. Sambit Patra, who are these others?
Let me tell you, first and foremost, despite he having properties, none of these properties were...
Mr. Patra,
Navika, I have no interest. You can please allow Mr. Alimuddin to speak. This is he's such an unintelligent person. Alimuddin, my God.
Whenever you are uncomfortable,
let Mr. Alimuddin, let Mr. Vijay Mallya speak. Mr. Vijay,
but let him make a point. Let him make a point, and then you can come in.
Did I speak when you were speaking?
Yes, let him.
Did I speak when you were speaking?
Go ahead, Mr. Natwarlal. Go ahead, Mr. Natwarlal.
Well, thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Natwarlal.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay Mallya. My God, what kind of cheap comments? Anyways,
he's your party.
Number one. Well, thank you. Let me speak. First and foremost, the collaterals were not attached to the banks, and that's the reason as to why we had to run from pillar to post to recover the amount which should have been India's today. And let me read out what the Honorable Supreme Court had to say in this case. And I quote, why the banks continued to lend money if they had managed to recover only 1/10 of what they had lent, even while there was negative financial net worth and very poor rating, and despite the fact that accounts were not in order, why was Mallya being given loans? Now, who were the ones who were responsible for Mallya to get loans? Now, I have this letter which was exposed by the Times Now itself. This letter written by Vijay Mallya to none other than the then Prime Minister of country, Mr. Manmohan Singh, and in this letter he thanks Mr. Manmohan Singh that Mr. Manmohan Singh, you have helped me once, I need a second help as well. And remember, on 14th November 2011, when Manmohan Singh was returning from a foreign destination, upon being asked by the journalists of the country about what the aviation minister, Shri Vallabha Ravi, had said about a bail package being given to Kingfisher Airlines, Mr. Manmohan Singh said thus, and I quote, we have to find ways to get Kingfisher out of trouble. And did you know what the result was? 1,300 crore bail package was given to Kingfisher Airline. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Then we have letters of P. Chidambaram. We have letters of PM, and we see as to how one of the state banks of India of Bangalore refused to give NOC, no objection certificate, to Kingfisher Airline to procure a loan of 500 crores. Then Mr. Vijay Mallya runs to the Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Alimuddin, you are not the spokesperson of Vijay Mallya, so why do you have to speak for Vijay Mallya? Sir, why do you have to
Why are you changing the goalpost? Why are you changing the goalpost?
Why have you to speak for Vijay Mallya?
Why are you changing the goalpost? Is this about black money? This is about Vijay Mallya. Why don't you respond to the letters of P. Chidambaram and Dr. Manmohan Singh? Why don't you respond to that?
Bringing black money part of the discussion.
Let me complete.
This is related to the black money only.
What is this? Shamelessness.
Make your point, Sambit Patra, because Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party also wants to come in.
Let me complete.
Make your point, Sambit Patra.
Rooted and facilitated by BJP, not by Congress.
Number one, as I was saying, that the NOC was not being granted by the State Bank of India, and on the behest of the then Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, who gave a dressing down to the SBI, because in the letter, Mallya mentions to his associate, Mr. Chidambaram has given a dressing down to the State Bank of India, now go and collect the loan. That was the kind of interest that the Congress party then was showing in the granting of loans to Mr. Mallya. And let me tell you, only about a week ago, Times Now had come out with a separate investigation and a separate expose. That was on Jatin Mehta, if I am right, the Winsome Diamond Group. The same modus operandi was followed there. The money which was collected over here by the Winsome Diamond Group from 15 consortium banks, all that money to shell companies.
These are the people who bring the black money. Where is black money? In my account, 50 lakh is yet to come.
शांत हो जाइए.
You allow everybody to go and they are
डिबेट के बाद आ जाएगा सर. डिबेट के बाद आ जाएगा आपका.
They are supposed to bring back the money.
Ghanshyam Sambit in making his claim.
डिबेट
Make a point, please.
अलीमुद्दीन जी शांत होइए. आपका डिबेट के बाद आएगा. 15 लाख आएगा. अभी थोड़ा सा एकेडमिक डिबेट होने दीजिए.
ठीक है संबित जी. ठीक है. Let me make a point.
आप लोग सबको 15 लाख चाहिए. थोड़ा शांति से रुकिए. अभी आएगा आएगा.
ज्यादा मिल रहा है लेकिन 2 मिनट मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. आपको ज्यादा मिल रहा है लेकिन 2 मिनट मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. संबित जी प्लीज
बोलिए.
बिग क्वेश्चन इज
भगाया. अभी यहाँ बोलेंगे भी.
ठीक है. Who made Mallya Maldar? In 2002, he became Rajya Sabha MP against a BJP candidate, but in 2010, he became a Rajya Sabha MP with support of BJP. And what was the occasion? On June 12, 2010, BJP National Executive happened in Patna. Mr. Gadkari was the president, Prime Minister Modi was present there, Lal Krishna Advani was present there, Mr. Yediyurappa, who was the Chief Minister of Karnataka. These are the people that Mallya is talking about when he speaks about, I have friends in every party, and this is what he said when he won the elections in June 2010, on 17th June. So you tell the nation today, who are his friends in your party?
If
Mr. Yediyurappa his friend in your party?
I want to ask you,
I just want to
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I want to ask you, if that was the case, this 21-page document that has been submitted in the UK courts, this gives the list of properties. This gives the list.
Who made him Maldar?
Agencies have been allowed to work now. Why were the agencies not allowed to work in the UPA regime? Let me tell you.
I will tell you who made him Maldar.
His friend is Prime Minister Modi's friend.
You want to know who made him Maldar? Then listen to me.
Mr. Nitin Gadkari took the decision in National
Sambit Patra wants to tell you. Dr. Sambit Patra is telling you Maldar.
Who made him Maldar?
Doctor.
On 1st March,
you want to know who made him Maldar?
He was in Parliament.
Listen to me.
When he became a member of Parliament, he joined. No, I'm not. When he became member of Parliament, he was on Standing Committee of Commerce.
Repeating yourself. I'll tell you who made him Maldar and who took his property away.
You made it possible for him to work out the corridors of power and make a lot of money.
Okay, now listen to him. Dr. Sambit Patra is telling the country. He is telling all the viewers of Newshour who made Vijay Mallya Maldar. Bataiye Dr. Sambit Patra, who made Vijay Mallya Maldar?
Who is he talking about his friends in BJP who elected him to Rajya Sabha?
Can I speak?
I would love to hear your answer.
Can I? Okay, thank you.
That election gave him red diplomatic passport to run away from the country.
ये दोनों लड़के चुप होंगे? अच्छे लड़के को चुप करा दीजिए प्लीज. दोनों अच्छे लड़के, हाथ जोड़ के बोल रहा हूँ, चुप हो जाइए, बोलने दीजिए हमें. हाँ, number one. There are two parts to the story. Who made? ठीक है सर, बहुत अच्छा बात है. तो शांत होकर सुनिए सर.
थोड़ा प्यार से बात करिए.
बहुत बड़े हैं, मैं तभी
सुनेंगे.
तभी तो हाथ जोड़ के बोल रहा हूँ, शांति से सुनिए सर. आप बड़े हैं, आप ज्यादा तजुर्बेदार हैं, सुन लीजिए. The whole story has two aspects. As questioned, who made him Maldar, and secondly, who took away his property, who seized the property. Now, who made him Maldar?
Who are his friends in BJP?
The first cachet of loan.
Please don't divert the question.
Oh my God.
Does he have friends in BJP?
Can I please,
yes or no?
Can I please? Can I please?
Both of you have spoken. Now allow him to answer.
Please don't act as spokesperson.
Yeah.
Ghanshyam,
let him answer.
You are a gentleman. Don't act as a spokesperson of Vijay Mallya and tarnish an image of yours. Personally,
no, I'm asking a simple question. Who are his friends in BJP? You don't want to answer that? Fine, I take that as an...
You asked your question to the nation. Let's not trivialize this debate. Others also have to come into this debate. Your question was, who made him Maldar? I'm answering that question. Who made him Maldar? The first cachet of loan... Navika, can I please speak? The first cachet of loan goes to Vijay Mallya in September 2004. First cachet of loan goes out from 15 banks, the consortium of banks. 7th February 2008, the second loan was granted to Vijay Mallya. 30th April 2009, Vijay Mallya's company was declared as a NPA, non-performing asset. And 21st December 2010, despite being an NPA, restructuring of the loan was done. And then in 2011, despite restructuring of the loan, despite being an NPA, it is Manmohan
you made him the Rajya Sabha MP. Why don't you mark?
It is Manmohan Singh.
Why don't you mark 12th June?
It is Manmohan Singh
when
which
your national
declares
executive decided
that
to make him a
13,000
candidate.
crore
Why don't you
rupees
mark
has to
17
be
June
given.
2010 when you made him the Rajya Sabha MP? Why is that date not important?
Just a second. We did not make him a Rajya Sabha MP, by the way. We do not grant loans. We do not grant loans. My question is, why did Mr. Chidambaram help Mr. Vijay Mallya? Oh my God, look at these achhe ladke. Look at them. The two spokespersons of Vijay Mallya. My God, both of you. No. Do you get payments from Vijay Mallya? Both of you. Are you paid by Vijay Mallya? Both of you. No, are you paid by Vijay Mallya, Mr. Alimuddin Khan? आपको पैसे देते हैं विजय माल्या? अरे आपको विजय माल्या पैसा देते हैं डिफेंड करने के लिए? कितना मिलता है बताइए? No, my question is, how much did Alimuddin Khan get paid by Vijay Mallya to save him? अरे आपको विजय माल्या ने कितना पैसा दिया ये बता दीजिए. अरे विजय माल्या ने अलीमुद्दीन खान को कितना पैसा दिया है और घनश्याम तिवारी को कितना पैसा दिया है ये बताइए जरा. अलीमुद्दीन खान, आपने विजय माल्या से कितना पैसा लिया है उसको डिफेंड करने के लिए? How much money have you taken?
आप ये बताइए कि
how much money have both of you taken? Why are you acting as the spokesperson of Vijay Mallya? When I am exposing Vijay Mallya for the benefit of the people of this country, why should you both be protecting him?
आप ये बताइए.
No, why should you be protecting Vijay Mallya? How much money have you received? I know Vijay Mallya is paying. We have information that Vijay Mallya is paying some spokespersons in the Congress party and Samajwadi party to defend him. But today I come to know that these are the very people who have been paid by Vijay Mallya to be defended.
Why don't we come back? Why don't we come back? 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's get down to the basic questions. Let's not trivialize
Our
this.
government
Neetu Shukla,
has
a former employee. A former employee is with us. She knows the pain of having worked in Kingfisher Airlines and not being paid for it, and the source of livelihood of several hundred people being taken away. Neetu Shukla, how do you feel when you hear the list of properties that Vijay Mallya seems to have and that's been uncovered by the agencies? Row House number 18 and 19 Cornwall Terrace, Regent's Park, London. Lady Walk, Queenhoo Lane, Hertfordshire Village, Tween, London. Independent House, Stowe Castle, Stowe Village, England. Castle Village, Perth, Perthshire, Scotland. These are the various properties, mansions that he owns. And if we can show the visuals of these mansions, and if we can have Neetu Shukla on the screen and we can show her the visuals of these mansions here. Look at the estimated value of these mansions. 516 crore, one of those mansions is estimated to be. Another one is estimated to be about 600 odd crores. A third one, another 700 crores. Did you ever know that the man who didn't have money to pay employees of Kingfisher Airlines, Neetu Shukla, we even know of certain suicides in that case, when people didn't have their source of livelihood, they were forced to commit suicide. Does Vijay Mallya deserve to keep these assets overseas as he is holding on to now? Neetu Shukla, can there be a bigger travesty of justice?
9,000 crores is a huge amount. If somebody has taken 9,000 crores from banks and he's not paying anybody, whether it be employees, whether it be vendors, be the government, be anybody, be the companies from which he leased the aircraft, obviously the money went somewhere because these monies were taken for a purpose which was never served. So the fact that he has all these properties is not astounding at all. The fact that so much amount of money, over 4,500 crores, could be given with a collateral of the brand name is shocking, where our banking industry gives money on a collateral such as a brand name, where you know that the time to encash the money would result in the brand value being next to zero. I'm amazed that with that kind of Prime Minister who was an economist, such loans were passed with the Prime Minister then vouching for a person like that and asking for more loans to be given. Mr. Khan, I'm really surprised that you can turn around and ask questions like, what about the others who are given loans, who are also on a very weak wicket. Why aren't we hounding for them? So according to your logic, until and unless all the criminals are not brought to justice at the same time, justice should not be given. So if people, according to you, have bigger loans and they haven't cleared their loans, we should let the pickpockets and the other petty thieves just out of the jails. Why do we even have jails? Because there will never be a time when all the people would be brought to justice together. You are not at the receiving end of what we are. It's very easy for you all to trivialize the entire debate, make it about Congress and BJP. It just shows how you all are not really connected with this entire debate. It shows the flippant nature with which you all are debating right now. It is shocking that you can ask, what about the others? Because then to me, you are not somebody who can come and debate about honesty and about justice, because according to you, you don't want it meted out at all. When there is someone who has committed a crime, please do not trivialize his crime by bringing other people who are bigger criminals than him. Because according to you, then we should not have a justice system and our court should shut down. Please do not trivialize justice to this extent. It's really, really demeaning.
You understand that, Ghanshyam Tiwari? That's coming from the heart of an employee who's faced the hardships of not being paid.
I welcome it. And Navika, a few months back, so the same bank, SBI, was asked about Mr. Adani's loans, his company's loans, and SBI said, in RTI, we cannot disclose it, and more importantly, it said there is no public.
Again, you are trivializing the whole
Adani-based show. You're again trivializing it. I'm sorry, please do not trivialize the debate.
Let us not.
You are trivializing the debate. You are trivializing the debate by bringing in Mr. Adani, Mr. Mallya's crime does not become lesser.
Is this the only defense?
Please do not bring up a bigger criminal to defend a smaller criminal.
Let me get in Mr. Kumar Ketkar. 1 minute.
Were you surprised when he was made a member of
No, I am not interested in what happened to Adani or to the bigger thieves, because that does not take away from Mallya's crime.
We are not defending Mallya, we are questioning BJP.
Do not question BJP and trivialize the debate is what I'm saying. The debate right now is about Mallya.
Sure.
Please keep your focus. We are not here to discuss world issues. We are here for a particular debate. Why aren't you sticking to the topic?
Is that your only defense? Alimuddin Khan, is this your only defense? Is this your only defense? And let me get in Kumar Ketkar. Kumar Ketkar, you are a senior journalist.
He will not be brought to justice if people like you keep defending him.
Is the Congress's only defense the fact that they will bring up Adani whenever Mallya is brought up? Adani hasn't run away from the country. There haven't been NPAs in the name of Adani so far that have been made public. So we are discussing the issue of Vijay Mallya. Is that so difficult to comprehend?
We are talking about Vijay Mallya only.
Isn't that
Navika, even if there were loans against another person which were there, it would still not take away from the fact that Mallya has these loans which are unpaid. So there is no point bringing up another person who's a criminal as well.
Madam, we are
you cannot offset two rights. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. Please do not bring up another person's wrong. Please do not.
Why CBI?
No, Mr. Khan, I'm going to out-shout you on this one. Would you please not, and please understand, two wrongs don't make a right. Please understand that and do not bring up another person's wrong. Please understand the seriousness of this debate which has taken away the livelihood of people, and please do not trivialize the issue.
You are right. But
no, there is no but. If I'm right, there is no but. Right has no buts. Right is either right or it's wrong. There are no buts.
Is that not a question you should ask?
Is this the right debate? Is this the debate about Mallya? Is this a debate about Mallya? Please stick to the topic. You will get your chance to speak on other debates. We will not discuss world issues. We are not going to bring up North Korea's nuclear powers right now.
About Karnataka elections to the Rajya Sabha. Is this debate about Karnataka elections to the Rajya Sabha, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari? Let's not trivialize this as Neetu Shukla said. Let me get in. Kumar Ketkar hasn't spoken. Let's show some courtesy. Mr. Jitendra Bhargav and Dr. Sambit Patra also have their hands up, but let me go across to Kumar Ketkar first. Mr. Kumar Kumar Ketkar, is the only response from the Congress going to be Adani ka kya hua? Is this the only rhetoric that we are going to hear from the Congress camp? Shouldn't they actually be answering why was no due diligence done on Vijay Mallya? Why were loans forwarded to him one after another, for which bank employees are sitting in jail, but Vijay Mallya is sitting on 4 mansions in London and also having bank accounts in various secret accounts that he has, 3 companies in Cayman Islands. Doesn't this rankle you? Doesn't this make you angry, Mr. Kumar Ketkar?
Well, actually, I am quite surprised. I don't think there is any Congress representative or officially Mallya's agent here, and still we are discussing what is Congress position based on what Ghanshyam Tiwari is saying. I think let us stick to the subject, restrict to the subject called Mallya. Mallya is wanted in India. Mallya is not coming to India. Mallya, CBI is still investigating him in England as well as here. Red corner notice and everything has been done. So the question is Mallya a criminal or not? Now, Mallya's criminality has been established by all the documents that you are presenting, and the question cannot be asked whether others are also criminals. But that question becomes valid, unfortunately, because when somebody says it is systematic hounding of somebody, then it becomes political. Otherwise, it doesn't become political at all. Because you are raising the question of whether UPA sanctioned him the loan or UPA allowed him to sanction the loan, automatically somebody will raise a question, how was he allowed during the BJP regime? So the question becomes political on tutu mai mai, because originally you state that it was UPA which helped him to benefit and make him a maldar.
But that's a fact, Mr. Ketkar, which cannot be denied.
I am not denying that fact. The question is, you convert that into a political debate, and then you say don't convert it politically. So don't convert it politically. Mallya you consider criminal. I don't mind calling him a criminal. I don't mind his coming back. I don't mind him being jailed. And I don't think Congress should defend him, or BJP should defend him, or BJP should defend that he was allowed to go. There should be no question of defending Mallya.
There's nobody defending Mallya right now. Every party is trying to wash his hands off Mallya.
There has been an attempt by the 2 politicians from the opposition party
their hands off Mallya.
Trying to earn brownie points on political scores.
Try to show that they are not with Mallya. Just the opposite of what you all are saying. It's just the opposite.
Politics helps him.
Absolutely, that's where
you know, actually converting the issue political is helpful to Mallya. Mallya will appeal in the court that this is political victimization.
This is a very unfortunate part, that because of these kind of things, criminals get away.
Exactly.
You are losing focus, which should not have been allowed. And I had in my opening remarks said, let us not trivialize the issue. Let us not turn the debate into a farce. But unfortunate part is, they are harping on the same thing. Let me put a pointed question to Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. How can becoming a member of parliament lead to doling of loans, repeated loans by the banks of India? That way we have 800 members of parliament. Are banks being flippant and giving away loans? Being a member of parliament, even with the support of BJP, has nothing to do with the fraud he's committed on our banking system.
Let me respond.
The fact is, the government was not sincere. Mr. Ghanshyam, let me finish it. Please. Government was not sincere. The correspondence, the trail has been there. I wish you had gone through the documents, then made the observations, rather than say, I've been given an opportunity on television, let me go and speak what I wish to speak. This is unfortunate. Please, you are undermining the whole system that we have, and you're leaving a bad impression on the minds of the viewers regarding a politician.
Important point laid by Jitendra Bhargav. Yes, respond.
Allow me to respond. Sir, with all due respect, 2 points that you make. One, when Sambit says that by the time he became Rajya Sabha MP with help of BJP, his company was already an NPA. The question arises why. Second, please listen. Second, once he became Rajya Sabha MP, he joins the Consultative Committee of Civil Aviation. What was Kingfisher Airlines about? Civil aviation. When you elect a person whose company is NPA, become a member of Civil Aviation Committee, he has access to power. And what
so who made him? The Congress made him.
What did he?
The Congress made him.
What did he do? Listen. You asked a question. Listen. What did he do the moment he got elected? He said, I have friends in every party. And 5 days before he got elected, BJP National Executive met in Patna. All the top leaders who are now prime ministers and ministers were there on that national executive. So who are the friends he's talking about? Why can't Sambit Patra name one friend in BJP that he has? Is Mr. Yediyurappa his friend? Is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu was elected by the same assembly that elected Mr. Mallya? Who are the friends he's talking about?
So the Prime Minister attending a function of a Samajwadi Party chief and...
It was not function, sir. National Executive of BJP. National Executive
there are
of BJP
political compulsion. You should know as a politician that there can be a Prime Minister or a Minister attending a function. Let's not try and get the
National Executive of BJP
Mr.
is not a function. Why are you answering for Sambit
please
Patra?
keep it simple. The fact is, a man took a whole lot of loans, did not repay the loans, took more loans, defaulters, and he was being aided and abetted by the bankers. Hold it.
Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, I hate to say this. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, I hate to say this, but the fact is, the time that you are talking about, the time period. The time period, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, that these loans were given, the BJP was not in power. So who was pulling the strings? You are continuing to harp about the fact that he became a Rajya Sabha member with BJP help. Okay, be that as it may, but who was pulling the strings for him in the UPA government to get all the loans? 9,000 crore rupee worth of loans. Who was pulling the strings?
He says he has friends in all parties.
Okay, so why are you not asking that question to the party next to you?
Those questions are already asked by you.
Navikaji, tell me whether he ran away from the country on the diplomatic passport or a normal passport. Answer me, please.
Tell me whether he ran away from the country after taking 9,000 crores in the Congress regime or in the BJP regime. No, you answer. A counter question. Who was pulling the strings for him in the UPA regime? Dr. Sambit Patra. Dr. Sambit Patra
are not too weak. They can become
Dr. Sambit Patra. Why don't you respond to him? Dr. Sambit.
Number one. Number two.
Mr. Jitendra Bhargav. Mr. Jitendra Bhargav. I will come to you.
By the time you got arrested there.
Mr. Khan.
His extradition cannot be done till that case in UK is complete.
Be happy.
This is the matter of the fact. This is the fact.
Mr. Khan, be happy. Yes, the Vijay Mallya fled from the country when BJP was in power. Yes, go ahead and celebrate it. But question is, don't overlook the fact that it is the BJP government which is chasing him. It is the investigating agencies under BJP's government which has made this charge sheet, and they're going to be extraditing it. Why can't you look the positive way and only look at this is what happened? He got elected on these kind of things.
That's the point. Dr. Sambit Patra.
Don't try and politicize the issue. It's very unfortunate.
Dr. Sambit Patra.
First his travel was facilitated, then case was registered in UK, you delayed the ED and CBI team.
And you can keep crying and keep saying these kind of frivolous things on television.
There he got bail within an hour.
Let me ask you one question. Mr. Alimuddin Khan.
Mr. Khan, थोड़ा संजीदा हो जाइए और थोड़ा सोच समझ के बोलिएगा.
Mr. Alimuddin Khan. Mr. Alimuddin Khan. Mr. Alimuddin Khan, calm down. Calm down. I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
This is not about raving and ranting and shouting above everybody else. This is about answering the questions. And the question I want to ask you was, his loan was reduced from 8,414 crore rupees to 6,000 crore rupees in a restructuring. Who did this restructuring? In whose regime was this restructuring? 2,414 crores were reduced and 1,400 crores were converted into equity, giving Mallya's company, which was a loss-making company at that time in 2009, into a 61% premium for his shares. कौन चोरी कर रहा था? बीजेपी कर रही थी.
Navikaji, all successive government, all ruling governments.
This was done in the UPA regime.
The dying industry. If his industry was in trouble, it
which other airline died? Did Indigo die? Did Go Air die? Did SpiceJet die? Did Jet Airways die? Why did only Kingfisher Airlines die? Why did only Kingfisher Airlines die? And Dr. Sambit Patra, you wanted to come in. Please come in now.
Can I please
After
speak?
Dr. Sambit Patra, I'll come across to you.
In fact, I'm really appalled today that we should have a very sensible debate. It is about lives of millions of people who were employed in Kingfisher Airlines. And the employee over here in this debate panel is extremely sensible when she calls upon us not to trivialize the debate. For God's sake, I call upon the politicians, including Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari and Mr. Alimuddin Khan, let's behave responsibly. Let's talk on facts. Let's not shout over each other. First and foremost, let's compare. Since you're making it a BJP and a Congress issue, let's compare as to what was the difference then and what has happened now. There was a time then when 15 consortium banks without collateral granted the loan. We in fact have recovered a lot of property from Mr. Mallya that is present in India. Sir, I did not speak all this while. Please, let's behave. The ED department has seized property worth 6,630 crore of Mr. Vijay Mallya till 2016. The intentions are absolutely clear. The intention of the previous government was to give without any collateral. The intention of this government is to recover what was wrongly given to Mallya. Secondly, let me tell you what the ED department orders on Mallya are in 2016 September. It appears that even though sufficient funds were available with the promoters of Kingfisher Airlines, Mallya and UBHL, they had no intention to make payment towards the bank loans from the consortium. This is the ED note. Let me tell you, it is not that, as pointed out by Mr. Alimuddin Khan, that Kingfisher was dying and money was being doled out to save a death. No, Kingfisher was knowingly being assassinated and murdered by the Kingfisher family as well as the Congress family because they wanted this money, the 9,000 crore that was taken from the consortium banks to go out. Then why were...
It was government. It was government who was restructuring...
Let me read out. Sir, you are not the Congress spokesperson. Don't vehemently defend the Congress.
The case in the UK court. The case in the UK court. 1 minute, gentlemen.
For half an hour I was
1 minute, gentlemen. The case in the UK court.
I want to read out this letter. I want to read out this letter.
Dr. Sambit Patra, I'll come to you.
Congress has nothing to do.
Patra, before you read the letter, let me tell you that the agencies are now saying there was a conspiracy amongst Kingfisher Airlines, Mr. Vijay Mallya and others to loot the system. This has been stated. Who are these others if they were not Congress party?
Well,
were they kickbacks or not? Why was the Prime Minister's office bending over backwards to help Vijay Mallya? Why was P. Chidambaram giving a dressing down to bank employees? Why was it happening, Dr. Sambit Patra? Can you throw some light?
I would like to butt in with one more question. When BJP MLAs made...
I will read out the letter and you would know that.
BJP MLAs. You charged me of taking money from Mallya. I ask you...
He doesn't even understand the basics.
Did BJP MLAs take money from Mr. Mallya to make him the Rajya Sabha MP?
What was the quid pro quo with the Congress party, the UPA government? That's the big question, Sambit Patra.
Does it say that BJP
See, this is a letter of...
saying that they did not take money?
Just a second. This is a... Ghanshyam, you are cutting a very sorry state of figure for yourself. Please don't be so protective of Vijay Mallya. This is a request from a friend. Don't do that. Let's all stand against Vijay Mallya.
Did they elect him to Rajya Sabha on charity or did they take money? You accuse me of getting money from Mallya.
Let him read.
I'm reading out the letter as to who his friends are. Now this is a letter dated March 22nd, 2013 by Mr. Vijay Mallya to one of his employees, where he said, there have been some positive developments following my meeting with the FM and SGP speaking to him. After he rebuked PAM yesterday, SBI Bangalore has called USL and is now willing to issue the NOC for the preferential allotment. I believe the SBI would have also got directions to meet us. So Mr. Chidambaram, the then finance minister, gives a rebuke, a dressing down to the State Bank of India because the State Bank of India in 2013 did not want to dole out any further loans. And then look at the gumption, the audacity of Vijay Mallya. He writes to his associate saying that go. My friend Mr. Chidambaram, you wanted to know who his friend was? His friend Mr. Chidambaram has rebuked the manager there in SBI and then the SBI has agreed.
What you are saying.
But you,
SBI has agreed.
But you can only see the
one letter. Do you want other letters that I should read out? Who are the other friends?
I disagree, but please.
Who are the other friends?
Did BJP MLAs elect him on charity? Did BJP MLAs elect him on charity? You accuse me of getting money from Mallya.
If BJP had anything to do with...
Did BJP MLAs elect him on charity? Was his election in Rajya Sabha not discussed on 12th June in Patna at the National Executive, where today's Prime Minister and all union ministers, senior union ministers were present? Please answer that. Who are his friends in BJP?
You have repeated this question 10 times. Okay, let me answer this. Supposedly you say that BJP people are friendly with Vijay Mallya. Would this what we would do with a friend of ours? sees his property worth 6,630 crores? Would this
elect
what
him
we
to
do
Rajya
with the
Sabha when
federal
his
powers?
company is
No,
in
see,
NPA.
That is history.
Just a
Elect
second.
What is the BJP doing now?
Don't be a parrot. Listen to me.
Was the BJP in power to help?
Don't be a parrot.
Contradicting your
Was the BJP in power? I have only one question. I have only one question. Was the you make allegations against the BJP? Yes, Sambit Patra should answer whether MLAs in Karnataka were paid to help Mr. Vijay Mallya. Fair enough. That question has been asked. My question to you, Alimuddin Khan and Ghanshyam Tiwari, is between 2004 and 2012, when Vijay Mallya was getting all these loans, was the BJP in power or was it the UPA Congress party that was in power? So who was pulling the strings to help Vijay Mallya when they were in power?
My question.
He says he answers your question. He says he has friends in all parties. He already answered your question. You have names,
including the Congress. Name the Congress.
Yes, you have named a number of people from Congress. Sambit Patra is naming a number of people from Congress. My simple question is, did BJP MLAs take money to elect him to Rajya Sabha?
By the way, Mulayam is also in coalition with the UPA government then.
होती है.
Name one of his
ये
friends in
बताइए,
BJP.
आप संबित जी ये बताइए, विट्ठल सिटी का लाइसेंस किस गवर्नमेंट ने दिया था बेंगलोर में? किसने लैंड दी थी? आप ये बताइए. विट्ठल सिटी जो उनके फादर के नाम से बसी है, जहां उनका हेडक्वार्टर है, यूबी हेडक्वार्टर, वो लैंड का लाइसेंस किसने दिया?
बता रहा हूं, सुनिए ना.
की गवर्नमेंट थी सर.
सुनिए ना
सर.
अरे सुनिए ना प्रभु, ये सारे लैंड, सारे लाइसेंस तो कांग्रेस ने दिया ना, क्योंकि कांग्रेस ही स्वतंत्रता के लिए लड़ रही थी. Please, my God, it is, my God, Navika, they have totally lost the plot. How he was elected as a Rajya Sabha MP is not a question.
Okay, Sambit Patra, we are running out of time. We are running out of time. Last 30 seconds to Sambit Patra.
See, the pertinent question today is, how is it that number of agencies were running the same modus operandi? Remember, number one in defrauding was Vijay Mallya, number two was Jatin Patel. And my friends have been asking me in this debate, what of the Adanis, what of the Adanis? And let me remind you, Jatin Patel is an Adani. So naturally, this government does not differentiate between surnames and money. This government is a Garibon ka government, a poor people's government. And if you defraud this country of money, this government is not going to.
So wherever agencies have now decided to go after Vijay Mallya. Vijay Mallya has land and mansions worth over 2,500 crore, from row house number 1819 Cornwall Terrace, Regent's Park, to Village Tween in London, Stowe Castle in England, and Castle in Perthshire in Scotland. All of these mansions should now be confiscated, and the question the agencies are now asking is, he appears to have acquired and siphoned off huge amount of money and suspected to have parked the same in jurisdictions outside India, and also by way of purchasing various immovable properties to hoodwink the due process of law. That's what agencies are saying in their case file to the UK courts. Will the UK courts take cognizance and extradite Vijay Mallya back to India for paying back the taxpayers' money, 9,000 crore that he's run away with? On that question, entire India is looking at the UK courts to take a position on that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me here on debate number one. Let's go across to Anand and Tanvi, who join me from the studios in Mumbai. Anand and Tanvi, it's Justice for Sonika that you're going to be debating at 10 p.m. Take our viewers through what really are going to be the exposes on that big story coming up.
Thanks for that, Navika. Well, either the Kolkata police is really incapable of solving a simple case, or there is a massive cover at play. And we think it is the latter, a cover-up.
Multiple eyewitnesses that established his presence inside the nightclub. 2 eyewitnesses who know and come out and say that he was speeding. There is more. We want to know who's blocking the truth, who's blocking justice for Sonika. Join us on the other side.